Hello everyone and happy Sunday. Today everything is coffee themed in my house. I made these two cards and I want to show you how I did it. They're really simple and fun and colorful and fast to put together. Okay, I made these to help promote the 2026 Spring Summer Coffee Lovers Blog Hop, which is happening now. Okay, it started the 22nd. And it runs through the 29th of May. There will be links to everything I'm talking about below. There will be a blog post associated with this video that will have links to everything that I'm talking about, okay? So there is a link to the blog hop. You don't need to make a card. This is what they call an industry blog hop. So the brands that are taking part in the blog hop, they have made amazing samples for everyone to enjoy. Okay, the main link here, okay, when you click on the main link, if you scroll to the bottom, okay, there is a place for you to leave a comment. So you should leave a comment because there are $400 worth of prizes to be won in this blog hop. There are 17 stops on this blog hop. The first one is the main Coffee Lovers blog hop page. And then when you come down here, if you scroll down and you see this, click here to enter, you are invited to the InLinks link party. When you click on that, okay, you will see all the different brands that are taking place in this blog hop. So what you do is you click on the first one, you read the instructions on their link as to what you need to do in order to possibly win a prize. Okay, so it could be following them, it's usually leaving a comment, something like that. But there's only 16 stops on this blog hop. And when you're done, you just sit and wait back. The winners list, okay, will be posted on, it runs through Friday, May 29th. So you have all week to leave comments on the 17 places. And on Friday, June 5th, there will be a wrap-up post on the blog. So if you want to come back and see if you've won something, that's the day you would want to do it, okay? So let me show you, I didn't enter this into any, it's not part of the blog hop, but I wanted to just make a fun cards and show you how I did it. I recently found on Etsy, because you guys know I live on Etsy, this is a set of 30 really vibrant, colorful, tropical, coffee-themed journal pages or prints. You could use it for a junk journal, you could use it for a card. I just loved the way these look. They remind me of vintage travel posters from like Miami and Cuba or Brazil. And I just loved all the colors. So I bought those and I printed them at a smaller percentage, which I'll explain when I go through. And I just made them the focal point of these two cards. My sentiments come from a digital kit called Word Snippets Coffee Phrases from KCS Designs by Kim on Etsy. The 30 vibrant, colorful, tropical coffee prints come from, oh my God, Infinite Glance Art, also on Etsy. There will be links to everything in my blog post, okay? So let me show you what I did. I've already cut everything. I'm just going to glue it and put it together and talk to you about it as I make the cards. So first thing I did is I made two top folding A2 card bases. So if this is 4 1/4 inches across by 11 inches, I placed this in my score pal and I scored at 5.5 inches to give me an A2 sized card front. If you don't like the top folding, I like the top folding because you could keep it there like on a shelf or something and let people see the front of your card. If you would rather have a side folding card, you would cut your paper 8.5 inches across by 5.5 inches wide. You're going to place the 8.5 inch along the top of your scoreboard, and you're going to score at 4.25. So this will give you a card that opens to the side. Okay, so 2 A2 sized card bases. I'm using craft because of the coffee theme. Then I went and I cut, I have a paper pad from way back when that's not made anymore, but the colors are really vibrant, shiny, very tropical themed colors. So I cut using a 4.25 by 5.5 inch stitched rectangle die from Pink and Main. It's their stitched rectangle die set 1. Okay, I cut a piece of green to go with the green in this print, and I cut a piece of yellow-ish to go with the yellow in this print. Okay, if you don't have a die, just cut your cardstock 4.25 inches across by 5.5 inches down, okay? We are going to take each of those and glue one to the front of each card base. So you can use double-sided tape if you want to. You can use wet glue, anything will work. Use the medium that you enjoy working with the most. This is really thick glue. Let's switch this out to this glue. Okay. Okay, that's not working either. Let's go back to the glue. Okay, I normally work with double-sided tape, but today I wanted to just make this quick and not have to be removing the back of any double-sided tape here. So in order to get this on perfectly, I kind of line them up like this without adhering anything down. I kind of just pull up, let it drop, and I will put a heavy weight on the top there, just to let it help it adhere quicker. Let me do the green. It's really weird because we are in fall here in São Paulo, well, all of Brazil. We are heading into winter, and we've been having really cold, rainy, dreary, overcast days, but for some reason today, because I am working with vibrant colored prints, the sun has decided to come out, and I'm happy about that. Okay, so we got our 2 card fronts done. So let's just, now the next layer is this piece of white cardstock. Okay, so I cut 2 pieces of white cardstock, 4 inches by 5.25. I used a 4 inch by 5.25 inch stitched rectangle die to match the stitching. Again, if you don't have the die, just cut a piece of white cardstock 4 inches across by 5.25 inches. Then I pulled out two embossing folders from my stash. This is a really old one from Cuttlebug Provocraft with the raised typography letters here. And this one is just an old Cuttlebug Cricut one. It's called Old Paris. I just like the texture. And I ran the 2 pieces of white cardstock through my Sizzix Big Shot using the embossing folders. Now, to get them to raise up a little bit, I also cut 2 pieces of white fun foam, just a little bit smaller in the height and the width of my embossed sheets here. And I'm going to just glue one to the back of each of these embossed white cardstock. You don't need to emboss your white cardstock. You don't need to use white. You can use another color if you want to. Especially when it's a smaller image like this, I like to just have some sort of texture in the back because I think it really helps the card to pop. So I'm just going to adhere this on the back here, and then I will adhere each of these to one of the card fronts. Okay, just going to place this here. Now the second one. Unfortunately, living here, my supply of embossing folders and dies and stamps has not grown a lot in the last few years because paying for shipping from the States or from Europe to Brazil is not always in my favor. So I tend to use a lot of stuff in my stash, but I've also learned that I have so much stuff that I don't really need to buy a lot of new stuff. Okay, so I'm going to adhere one of these to the front of each of the card fronts. I love to use fun foam in place of, say, foam tape or foam squares, because the fun foam here in Brazil is so much cheaper. I buy huge sheets of fun foam in, I don't know, 20 different colors. Some of them have glitter. Some of them have texture. It's such a, fun foam is really used a lot here in the arts and craft world. So sometimes I can find packages of weather stripping that I will use as in place of the fun foam, but it's normally much thicker than your typical fun foam. Okay, I got a lot of glue on here, so let's just place this down. Let's center this nicely. Okay. Now for the next step. Okay. I also cut 2 pieces of plain white cardstock, 4 inches by 5 1/4. I will glue those to the inside of the card for a message when we're done working on this. So now for the front of the cards. This digital kit of the vibrant prints, there are 30 different options to choose from. Okay, I chose these 2, and then I printed them at 32%. When you're printing your images, I have an Epson printer, and I can choose not the number of prints that you want, not the number of pages you want printed, but there should be something on your print dialog box that will say something to the effect of how many images do you want to print per page, okay? So I printed 2 of these, 2 of the same one, to a single sheet of cardstock, and I printed them at 32%. You can print them at 100%. They'll be much larger. You have to play around with the percentages to see what you want to do if you want to change this. I liked the 32% because it's almost the size of an ATC. It's 2 3/4 by 3 3/8. Okay, so printed 2 of those. I then trimmed off the excess, and I went around the edge with you can use black. I'm using this gray Tombow marker, N65, because when you print on white cardstock, your edge is going to be white. So what I did is I just went around my images like this, and I just rubbed the marker tip very lightly to color the white edge into a black edge. So this way it won't it'll pop nicely. I also cut 2 pieces of fun foam that I am going to now glue on the back. So this is a multi-layered card, but I really love using fun foam to take a flat card and just enhance it. So I'm gonna then put, okay, which one is this? So this is the, where's the other one? Oh, so this is the green. Okay, so this is gonna go on the yellow. So I'm going to adhere this now on the yellow based card. Again, everything I'm using here will be on my blog post, the link for which will be below. I'm going to just center this on the card. Okay. Let's just put that there. The second one is going to go on the green. Okay, way too much glue here. So let's just move that around a little bit. Okay. If you ever work with fun foam and you emboss it or you die cut it, because it's a foam, it will spread a little bit. So I always cut my fun foam just like 1/16 of an inch smaller than what I'm gluing it to, so that it doesn't stick out past my image. Okay, I'm just going to adhere this down here. Okay, let's just put this here for now. Now for the sentiments. Okay, so the sentiments, I'm, full disclosure, I am on the design team for KCS Designs by Kim on Etsy, and she came out with a really fun set of coffee phrases and sentiments. Okay, so when you buy it, you get all of these sentiments in digital form, and the way this set is made, you're getting a full sheet of each, so I just printed this, okay? You're also getting each of the sentiments as an individual file, so if you just wanna print or import one of these sentiments into your graphics program, you can just import the one sentiment if you're doing this digitally. You can also print them on sticker paper if you want to do that. This was a white sticker paper, and this is an off-white sticker paper, almost like a vellum. So you could just trim these off and layer them and go. But I printed these and I fussy cut 2 of the sentiments that I wanted to use here. And what I did was using, I think it's Pink Fresh, had a set of 4 stitched banner dies like this. I think they've been discontinued, but what I did was I love to use these, and using this size, I cut 2 pieces of craft, okay, using the stitched banner die to go with the craft cardstock base. And then using the next set size up, I die cut scraps from the base cards that I used, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere, where's my other sentiment? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I have 2 sentiments here. One is, I hope you have a beautiful day. Get it? Beautiful. And the second one is, may your coffee be strong and your Monday be short. So today being Sunday, this is perfect to use today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this sentiment to the craft. And then I'm going to glue the craft to the colored I should have cut this sentiment a little bit smaller, but I can't do that now. Oh, also when I fussy cut the sentiment, I also ran my marker around all four sides to color in the white cardstock, okay? So we're gonna do this. We're gonna layer this on one of the colors. So I'm gonna layer this on the yellow. Okay, I'm going to do this on the green, so let's do this on the craft. Okay, so the sentiments also, they come with a border. So if you, like here, this is a little, I should have cut the border off, but I chose not to. You also have that option when you're working with the sentiments. And the prices for these digital kits, I mean, are just, you know, so cheap. It's, you know, a couple of dollars and you get to keep them forever. You get to print whenever you want. It's not like a 12 by 12 paper pack that once the paper is used, it's done. Okay, so got my two sentiments there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim them down. So I'm going to just trim off the right edge. And then I am going to, where is, just need to get, no, okay. So I'm going to grab my card fronts and I'm just going to adhere these to, okay, wait, this is the yellow one. Let's do this for the yellow. So where you want to put your sentiment is totally up to you. I kind of liked it over here. I was looking for, I have some, but now I can't find it, little foam squares. So I will probably put a little foam square underneath that when this dries. And I'm just going to add this green one over here. If you like this video, if you like this idea, if you like my work, it would be great if you could leave a comment, if you could give me a thumbs up. Subscribing to my channel would be great if you so wish. You guys know all the stuff to do. And if you hit that bell icon below, you will get a notification when I have uploaded another video, so you don't have to keep coming back to check. Okay, so these are done now. I'm just going to adhere these to the inside. And this is where a message will go. I didn't distress anything here. If you want to distress the cardstock first, you can. Okay, that's one card. Let's get the last one done. So, like I said, super fast to make, super colorful, super fun. I'm finding myself being drawn to smaller, working in a smaller area. I think I'm going to start doing some ATCs again, which are 2.5 by 3.5 inch pieces of art. Okay, that's it. We're done. If you want to add some crystals or enamel dots, you certainly can. I don't feel that they're necessary. So we got this one, may your coffee be strong and your Monday be short. It sounds like something Yoda would say. And this one, I hope you have a beautiful day. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by the channel and making these cards with me. I'd love to know what you think of the cards, the images, the sentiments. Don't forget to check out the 2026 Spring Summer Coffee Lovers blog hop. You might win something. Most of the stuff are physical stamps or dies, gift certificates, things like that. Some of the companies are offering digital stamps, so go and check it out. Until next time, everyone, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Talk to you later.